Welcome to CTV on this Wednesday night. I'm Lena Howland.
And I'm Tom Mullen. An arrest has been made in the abduction and murder of Jessica Ridgeway. 17-year-old Austin Reed Briggs was arrested Tuesday night. Police say he is charged with 5 criminal counts, including 2 counts of first-degree murder and a count in relation to the Kettner Lake attempted abduction. Police say although an arrest has been made, the investigation is ongoing. If you or anyone you know has details about the case, contact the Westminster Police Department.
With the election less than 2 weeks away, the candidates are making their final strides in swing states, including Colorado. President Obama stopped in Colorado today at Civic Center Park in Denver. He started the day in Iowa, continued into Colorado, and finished the night in Las Vegas. And Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney was also in Colorado this week. He held a rally at Red Rocks Amphitheater on Tuesday night. This was his largest rally in Colorado so far. In it, Romney stated that the president's time has passed and that his ideas to improve the economy are out of touch with the needs of small business owners.
Early voting began on Monday, and a controversy is already underway. Colorado Republicans say Democrats wrongly offered CSU students free pizza and T-shirts in exchange for voting. The Colorado Republicans sent a letter to the Larimer County Clerk claiming wrongdoing on the first day of early voting.
For the pizza, it was open to everybody, whether or not you were voting, whether or not you're Democrat or Republican or Libertarian, it was open to everybody. The idea of it was just to have pizza out there and to get people noticing what was going on. It was not to encourage voting by any sense, it was just free pizza. So I think the idea that us trying to persuade people to vote with pizza is pretty frivolous.
Coming up on CTV, I have another episode of Tech Talk, how one CSU student is making money off of old smartphones.
Stay tuned.
Colorado State University is committed to expanding access to education. Today, that includes online learning. CSU brings faculty and programs to students around the state and around the world. With flexibility to earn a degree online from a world-class university, and the ability to balance education with work and family. Learn more at succeedwithcsu.org.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
In this week's edition of Tech Talk, I met with a senior here at Colorado State who not only launched his own business, but has kept it growing for almost 2 years. He buys old smartphones from people who are no longer using them and sells them to buyers in other countries. Aside from buying phones from local Fort Collins residents, he has partnered with local businesses like Otterbox and New Belgium Brewery Company in order to buy their phones in bulk. Here's a look at what this 21-year-old entrepreneur had to say. Smartphone buyback.
Right now we're focusing on iPhones, high-end Android phones, and the more recent Blackberries.
For an ample profit.
We'll buy an old iPhone 4 back, which is 2 years old. If it's in good shape, we'll give you up to $140 for it.
The phones are then wiped.
We'll wipe all of your personal data off of that iPhone so that your data is secure.
And sold internationally.
In international areas is really valuable is the phone is not tied to a contract. So they're willing to pay a premium value for a phone that they do not have to sign a contract to get.
Earning a 30% profit.
In 2011, we did about $30,000 in revenue, which equated to about, we'd done about 300 phones.
With the release of the iPhone 4S and 5, as well as the Samsung Galaxy S3 in 2012, Nuea has their goals set high.
I'm projecting we're probably in the lines of somewhere between maybe 45 and 55,000. So we want to shoot to the 50,000 mark.
On top of owning and operating Nuea, Brennan Zellner is a full-time student at Colorado State, hoping to graduate in the spring. So what's in it for CSU students?
We're going to give them a 5% to 20% bump up on our usual pricing, just depending on what kind of phone they have and what condition it's in.
Brennan is hoping to further expand Nuea by partnering with more local businesses. If you'd like more information, or if you have an old smartphone lying around that you'd like to trade in for extra cash, you can go to newaaya.com.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is wrapping up, but for some CSU students, the disease is an everyday reality. Kelsey Peterson reports. We'll be right back.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is almost over, but some still live with the pain of it every day. CTV reporter Kelsey Peterson talked to some CSU students personally affected by this disease.
My mom and dad got us all together, and we were sitting in the living room. And they said that they had something really important that they wanted to talk to us about. And my mom explained the process of going to have one of her physicals done, and they found a lump, and then they did a biopsy, and that they found that she had breast cancer.
My grandma's other sister also died of breast cancer, but recently, and that's actually someone that I knew and was pretty close to for a good chunk of my life.
My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer in February of my junior year of high school. It was stage 4 breast cancer, and they didn't give her very long.
Though we may know about breast cancer, how aware are we really?
She had a double mastectomy, and she got a plastic surgeon and got replacement boobs, I guess.
She actually had to have her breast removed because of the cancer, and so she had kind of like a bra that had them there, kind of a thing. So that was like something that was she had to deal with every day.
My mother eventually lost her battle with breast cancer on September 28th, 2007, a month after I arrived at CSU.
There are many ways to honor those who have been touched by breast cancer.
I do a lot of things in my mom's name now. I mean, I have my tattoo, and this is one of 2 years since 6th grade that I have not been able to do Race for the Cure.
It's called Colleges Against Cancer. So we're a student organization, but the main thing we do is Plan Relay for Life. And I'm actually co-chair of that event this year.
I honored her memory at graduation by putting a pink ribbon on my cap at graduation.
If you'd like to show your support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month this October, it's as simple as this.
Many organizations around campus have participated in and raised money for breast cancer awareness this month.
Fires are still a big problem all around the state. We'll have an update.
And Kari Pills will join us to fill us in on the cold weather coming in.
If you're looking for a new pet that you can cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy, loyal, fun, loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
High winds fueled the wildfires that continue to burn in Colorado. The Wetmore fire has already burned more than 1,700 acres and destroyed at least 12 structures, forcing evacuations of the town. The fire began early on Tuesday afternoon and is thought to be caused by downed power lines. Another wildfire broke out in Montezuma County and has grown to 100 acres. It is threatening structures and forcing evacuations. As of now, 100 homes are threatened and 15 to 20 businesses or residences have been evacuated. Also, air support was called into the Fern Lake fire in Rocky Mountain National Park just in case the fire flared up because of the winds. The fire has reached almost 1,000 acres and is 30% contained. The fire is burning in steep, rugged terrain, making it difficult for firefighters to attack head-on. Kari Pills now joins us with weather. And Kari, are we looking to get a lot more of moisture today?
yet, Tom. You know, it's snowing right now. We're expecting it to snow throughout the night. We'll see how much we get. And you woke up to cooler temperatures and gray skies this morning, a little different from all that warm weather we've been seeing lately. A cool front is going to move in completely this evening, creating moisture across the entire state, and much of the accumulation will be in the high country. However, Fort Collins could expect to see about 2 to 3 inches tonight. There'll be a rain and snow mix until about 1 a.m. and we'll see about 4 to 8 inches in parts of the high country, including Aspen and Vail. Highs across the state were much cooler today. Denver at 58, Fort Collins at 53, Vail at 48, and Colorado Springs at 68. There's also a winter storm warning in effect until Thursday morning at 6 a.m., so try to stay off the roads tonight if you're going anywhere that's expecting any accumulation. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Friday, there's only about a 10% chance of snow before noon. However, it will be mostly cloudy, and we'll see a high of about 40 degrees. This weekend it will be dry and mostly sunny. Saturday will be a high of 45 and Sunday warming up to about 50. Monday will be mostly sunny with a little wind at times and a high near 57 degrees. Tuesday will be about the same with a high near 58 degrees. We'll stay off the roads if possible tonight. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Kari. Now, what do you think dogs likes more? Classical or heavy metal? I got the chance to find out which and why. Do you ever wonder how your dog may feel about the music you listen to? A recent study shows that different types of music can affect dogs in different ways.
So when we looked at the amount of time that dogs spend sleeping, for example, classical music, dogs slept the most with classical music versus any other selection, including silence or no music.
Over the course of 4 months, Dr. Lori Kogan played different music for dogs in shelters and recorded their behavior. The study included 4 types of music, with classical and heavy metal showing the biggest effects on dogs.
When I also looked at nervous shaking behaviors, that was the most frequent or the worst, I guess, for heavy metal music selections compared to other selections.
Now, even though the study was performed for dogs in shelters, Dr. Kogan believes that the concept could be applied to all of man's best friends.
I mean, I picked looking at dogs in shelters because I feel like shelters are really stressful situations for a lot of dogs, or for most dogs. But I think it's applicable for dogs in people's homes. I mean, of course, you'd have to do further studies. I'm not saying that these results necessarily can be would be the same in somebody's personal home, but looking at that, looking at veterinary clinics, there's a lot of situations that we could look at implementing music.
Dr. Kogan hopes to perform more studies looking at the effects of more types of music in different environments.
It's my hope to do further studies looking at shelter dogs. I'd like to look at different genres, including like country music or talk radio. I know a lot of people that leave talk radio on in their house when they're gone for their animals. So I'd like to look at that. And then I'd also like to look at the impact of music in veterinary clinics, and maybe specifically with surgery and anesthesia recovery rates and things like that.
So the next time you go to turn on some music, maybe play a little Mozart for Fido. For more information on the study, visit the College of Veterinary and Biomedical Sciences website.
Well, Tom, what do you think? Do you think it's true?
You know, that's a really good question. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to start playing some music for my dogs next time I go home. What about you?
I don't know. I have 3 dogs back at home, and they always just listen to the TV all day long, so I don't know how well they do with classical music.
Yeah, same here. My dogs are always sleeping and kind of run away whenever we turn on loud noises, so we'll see.
What about Cam the Ram? I think Cam the Ram would like it.
Yeah, that's a really good question. We should do a study on that next time.
All right, maybe next week.
Maybe.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. For the latest news updates, visit our website at CTV11news.com.
You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at CTV11. Have a great night.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.